the emphasis really on is about doing the things that we've done well in parts and other games consistently. Like we're not banging on about consistency, but I mean it does boil down to that when you think about it. Little elements we tried to introduce in terms of composure and the opposition's half, in terms of keeping the ball recycling phases, putting them under pressure. Playing smart in terms of the territory battle when we're in certain phases in our things. Just small details like that which we tried to bring in, for the England game, carrying that on. It's really about, like I said, just combining, positive elements we put in for 20-minute phases or 30 minutes or 40-minute phases, whatever it is, trying to combine that into an 80 minutes performance, because at test level you can't, a 20 minutes here and a 20 minutes there isn't going to cut it. So we need to be a lot better, a lot more ambitious but clinical as well about things we're trying to do on the park, and making sure that when we play, international games and test match rugby, we take chances and we put the pressure back on them and not allow ourselves to just take all of it.
The Irish players really well. From league duty. How Ireland will play. They've got this added pressure, I suppose, as well. Scotland have pressure because we all want to win. Ireland are in with a shout for the championship. Does that make them more or less vulnerable, or is that just doesn't even enter into it?
I don't think we can really afford to let it enter our heads. I think we're in a position now which we haven't produced a performance that's got us a win, and that has to be the main factor. There's no point, I could sit and come up with a million different things, but the truth of the matter is we haven't won a game yet, and we should have done. But saying shoulda, woulda, it doesn't make it any better. There have been a lot of pleasing elements, and there's been a lot of performances which we probably could have got a lot more out of the game and should have won, but we didn't. And the only thing that matters is when you look at the scoreboard. So we can ill afford to come into this week going out to try and get our first win, to try and, like I said, combine minutes efforts into an 80-minute. We can ill afford to look at them and their mindset, because it just fractions us. It just puts us in a different headspace. It's a short turnaround. Boys are getting back, recovering, so we can't afford to think about them, because with a short turnaround we're going to be eating up minutes that we can be using to focus on us. If you want to look at them, would they be any less dangerous coming trying to get a Grand Slam? I doubt it. It's international rugby. It's a test match. It's never going to be anything than 80 minutes of intense, hard slog work, in which you'll have to do everything right to get a performance. So in that regard, that's how we focus on every test match. And if any pressure is going to be felt, it's going to be internally on us, having not done ourselves justice or spectators justice in the last 4 games.